The Random Show, inside knowledge on TV, pop culture, and game shows with the executive producer of Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right, Mike Richards, along with the shortest moral compass on podcasts, actress Beth Triffin. And now, The Random Show.
Welcome to The Random Show. I'm Mike Richards. Beth Triffin right over there.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Fabu. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm terrifers. I'm trying to talk like the kids.
Oh.
Hashtag awesome.
You could say AbFab. That's like a blast from the past that's coming back.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
That sounds not good. We have, Beth, maybe our best show ever.
Oh my gosh, really?
It's also technically the first one that we've ever posted.
I'm so honored to be here.
Well, you should be. So we have a really good show. Lots of stuff to get through. And it's been an amazing week on Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. Big Money Week is happening.
Awesome.
So the super deal on Let's Make a Deal, which somebody already won $50,000 plus the big deal of the day. And it's a $1 million week on Price is Right, almost $2 million worth of prizes. And someone won $100,000 on Pay the Rent.
Oh, my
And
God.
I got to go to her house. Her name is Ani, and we'll be talking to her in a little bit. I got to go to her house and literally hand her the check made out to her for $100,000.
Oh my God. Did she cry?
She did, because she didn't expect to get it for 3 months.
Oh.
And so, but we'll talk to her about that. We're going to talk about the Iron Man premiere, which was just 2 nights ago, and our models from Price is Right went. So we're going to talk to the fantastic Gwendolyn Osborne about the premiere and what she thought of the movie. I'm a humongous Iron Man geek.
Say, that's your favorite movie.
No, I'm so pumped for it. It's kind of sad.
know.
And I even have the movie poster that someone got me
I know
framed
you do.
in my office. I'm very excited, so I'm dying to hear how it is. Of course, I'm sure Gwen and I have slightly different tastes in movies. And then we're going to talk about some of the big stories in TV this week, which is the 1,000,000-second quiz, which is coming out on NBC. So it's a big tentpole consecutive event, and we're going to be talking to Alex Davis, the editor of Buzzer Blog, about that and what he thinks it's going to be like. From reading his tweets today, I can tell he's pumped. And then we're going to talk to one of the executive producers of Bet on Your Baby, which is an ABC show. Yeah? ABC? Sure. Let's say it's an ABC show until what's the ooh?
That sounds not fun.
You haven't seen it?
That sounds unsafe.
Yes. Well, it's,
That sounds sad, actually.
Well, I think that's what they were going for.
Okay.
Saturday evenings at 8, I think. No, it's a very family, happy, cute show. But, they tell you in show business, you never want to work with animals or kids.
Right.
And they created an entire show where the game is based around kids doing what their parents want them to do. And the more the kid does that they're supposed to, the better the parents do and the more money they make. And they can kind of bet on the kid, and it's not as I'm getting the horrific
that
look
sounds
from
like
Beth.
a lot of pressure on small children.
Well, they don't know because they're like 2. They're babies.
Okay, they're like
so
toddlers.
They're toddlers, so
Okay.
they don't know. And like one of the challenges was like spin around, and if you can get your kid to spin around, do you think your husband can get your kid to spin around 7 times?
Oh, got it.
It was cute.
Okay.
And Melissa Peterman is
I'll
the
trust you.
host, who I think is one of the funniest, most talented people ever. She was one of the celebrities on Pyramid when I did it, and she's
cool.
also. She's a good friend of Reba McEntire's, and when I was producing the Family Television Awards. That's
Ow!
right. Yeah. Woo! There was such a thing. The Seventh Heaven Awards is what I called them.
So wholesome.
It was the most wholesome show in the world. And anyway, she was on that, and she was so funny, and so I was so glad to see her get a big primetime hosting gig. But the first thing we're going to talk about, because it's always good to start from the personal life, Beth.
Yeah.
Used to be my assistant here.
Yes, I did.
At Price is Right, Let's Make a Deal.
And more.
And more. We've done a few other things.
Yeah, we have.
And then you retired to become an incredibly successful actor
Yes.
in the very lucrative acting business.
Right. And writer.
And writer.
Yeah.
And what would you call that? The internet shows? It's not the road show. It's not the Peter Pan. And then
I would call it a web series.
that's what
Yeah.
I was looking for webisodes.
Yes.
So, but before that, she was my assistant here for a couple of big years, a couple of the biggest growth years in my young career.
Very formative.
And one of the things we bickered about was something that was just yesterday, and that is Administrative Assistant Day. Is
No,
that what
it's
it's
actually
called?
not called that anymore. It's called Administrative Professional Day because it's a whole job within itself. It's not just an assistant, you know?
I do know. And is this the same day that used to be called? So we got in a fight because Fremantle, the company we work for, actually celebrates it. They're very gracious about it. Yeah, they're very gracious about it. And they send flowers and gift certificates.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get a gift card that I get to redeem for something cute from Fremantle.
Right. And I said,
no.
I reject that day out of hand.
Yeah, you do. Which I found to be insulting. Because, I mean, I just would like to see you go for like a week without an assistant. I think it'd be really hard for you.
Oh, no, there's no. I think you're missing why I reject the day. It's not that I don't appreciate that the people that work with me. And let's be honest, I think we all know at this point I couldn't make it a day. Because one time Jen Bisgrove wasn't here. She went home sick. Oh. And I literally came back to the office and I was like.
Just staring.
What do I do? Honest to God, I had no idea what to do. And I knew I had a lot to do, but there was nothing for me to do because there was no one telling me. So it's not my rejection of the Professional Assistant League of America.
Professionals Day.
What is it?
Administrative Professionals Day.
Come on, just say the name. That's the dumbest.
Appreciation Day.
So, okay, again. Not about me not appreciating assistants and all the work that they do. Not about any of that stuff.
Okay.
I don't like days when you are forced to show appreciation, and it's like a Hallmark holiday. It's like Valentine's Day, by the way.
So you don't like Valentine's Day?
I reject Valentine's Day out of hand.
I believe that you always get your wife some stuff for Valentine's Day.
Well, because one year I did actually reject it, and that didn't go great. But see, the reason I reject Valentine's Day and Professional Administrative Assistants League of America Appreciation Day of the United States.
Correct.
And
let's really.
Let's be fair. That's your United States, not mine at this point. Is that you should learn to be appreciative of your assistant every day. Okay. You should learn to be romantic with your wife every day or every other day. You shouldn't have to carve it out. That means you're being lazy. This is the bastion of laziness, and this is what America's becoming, which is, hey, what's the least amount of work I can do and still look like a good guy, as opposed to what if I was just disciplined and I was just a really good guy.
So how do you think you're doing on the Administrative Professional Appreciation Day being every day?
Well, let's talk about it. Jen Bisgrove, is that microphone hot? Is that hot mic? Hot mic? Hot mic? Oh, yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Hot mic. Now, we kid around a lot. There's a lot of insults.
Great.
That go back and forth.
I think I remember that.
My self-esteem has been lowered a few notches since I started.
And
yesterday he was semi-nice.
He said hello. He didn't hit me.
He looked me directly in the eye.
But she didn't look me in the eye because that's not allowed. No, but be honest for a second. I am not. I am appreciative of people as they go. I don't like. If there's a gift or something, I don't tie it to a day that someone told me to do, but I've given her stuff when it's like, hey, this is cool. This is a cool thing for you to have.
When something comes up he knows I like, then it just random.
Then it shows up that day.
I'm trying to think if that ever happened to me. One time you gave me a gift card to Burke Williams.
You're welcome. It's not too late.
About 3 years and a gift card to Burke Williams. So thanks.
Well, here's what I really believe, and then I do want to get off this, but I think I've gotten better at being in charge of people.
Okay.
And that you learn from being around people. And the problem with Beth was she was always trying to spend my money.
I'm just trying to be a gracious person. You know what I am? I think that I taught Mike how to be much more gracious boss.
That could be, but you also were willy-nilly with my money because Beth had access to like everything, and she'd be like, "Okay, so I got your car washed, and it was $20, and I gave him a $15 tip."
Oh no, I would
never
get
yes,
that.
you did. You
No,
gave him $35.
No. Well, you know what? I think he put a special wax on the car.
Nope.
To last
Better not
longer.
have. Better not have, because I have them coated with a special thing. So wax would ruin that. So we better not have put. No, you decided that he was having a bad day, and that he's such a nice guy, and that you would just give him 50. So you gave him an 80% tip.
Mike, can't you see that was probably like the highlight of his day? Can't you see that? You know what? At least I never spent your money on myself.
Oh no, you never did that. That's no, never.
No.
But
You know what? He probably likes you more now. So, and you
Well,
know
no,
what?
now
That
he's
was all
probably
my
like,
doing.
no, now he's probably like, hey, thanks for never tipping me anymore because I was like, oh, hell no. I'm paying $20 to have the guy come spray my car off. So that's my take on administrative.
Mike Richards, everyone. He's great.
But I am appreciative, and I do give things to people more. I am better at it.
That's good.
But I am not someone who is openly complimentary of people unless they're good. I never give false compliments, and it's actually a flaw.
I think it's okay to not give false compliments, like, right?
Yeah, well, I think it is, but I think most people would rather me just go, man, you were great today, and they were below average.
No, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying you should
Beth,
give compliments where compliments.
You've
are
already
due.
been great today.
Thank you. Wait, really?
All right, so let's move on. Should we get the first person on the phone that we're going to talk to? Oh, we're going to call Gwendolyn Osborne. So Gwendolyn Osborne is on the phone. Price is Right model extraordinaire. She's a singer. She's an actor. She's a dancer. She's a mom. And she was at the premiere of Iron Man 3 last night. How are you, Gwen?
I'm great, thank you.
So, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a humongous Iron Man nerd.
Huge.
Like, I have the Iron Man 3 poster.
I completely understand.
What's that?
I completely understand.
Do you? Oh, okay, because a lot of girls don't think they think that's lame.
He has his DVD. I remember this when he got Iron Man. It came in a case that was shaped like the head of Iron Man.
It was a special edition.
Yeah, it was.
It's
That's
okay.
really cool. I think that's super cool.
See, Beth?
Oh, hey, I'm not a hater.
And I have the Iron Man 3 poster in my office. So you were at the premiere, and the whole reason you were at the premiere was that Price is Right did a showcase in conjunction with the movie and the premiere, and we actually, I think, sent someone to it, or that was the prize, and then we gave away an Audi because that's what's featured in the movie, and it was super cool.
Yeah.
So you guys, the models, went to the premiere. How was the red carpet?
Red carpet was very good. You know, I've already checked out Wire Image, and it looks great, so I'm happy.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So for all three of us, we looked really good, and it was, you know, it was fun, exciting. We got to see Gwyneth Paltrow. We were like right behind Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow, so we got to see them on the red carpet. Oh, and Don Cheadle.
Cool.
So basically, the major stars in the movie were kind of there at the same time. So that felt good. You know, you're like standing on the red carpet with.
Yeah, and that's like going to be one of the biggest
royalty.
movies of the year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
For sure.
awesome.
So, okay, so then when you go to a red carpet, it isn't as glamorous as people think.
No.
But I think, did you guys all go in the car together?
Yes, we all took a limo, and so that was glamorous.
That's
because,
exciting.
You know, it was nice. You know, we were able to have a drink if we wanted to. Like, wow, really? That's like real grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
And and then, you know, we got dropped right at the beginning of the red carpet. And then
Nice.
we went to the tent where there's high security. And, you know, they give you your pass and your everything that you need and your free popcorn and drink ticket. And and then we went straight to the red carpet, basically.
Okay, so you go through the red carpet. I know you got interviewed by a few people, including my old alma mater, Reels channel. Interviewed you
Yes.
guys.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. What's his name? Justin something?
Sure.
Love it.
He tweeted.
Okay.
He tweeted me today saying that you guys were on. So he thought that was great. Thought you guys were amazing.
Oh,
okay,
that's
so
nice.
so you go through. You get interviewed. You got interviewed by like a French outlet, I think, right?
Yeah, which was weird, but
Oh,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
did a whole fashion thing. You guys look very fashionable. So then you
Yeah.
go into the theater, and is Robert Downey Jr. in the theater?
I mean, as far as I know, yes. I mean, I saw him walking in.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm having a nerdgasm.
He's in there, and, you know, they're all in there. So we were actually supposed to sit upstairs, and we sat down, but we weren't in the seats that were given to us, but we were in, like, one row. Somebody came along and kicked us out because we were supposed to be sitting in 3 different rows, one behind each other.
Oh no,
No.
that's no fun.
That really kind of sucked. So we were like, well, we'll just go. It's okay. Like, we had such a good time up until this point.
Wait, did you leave?
So we were going to leave, and, you know, Amber was like, I'm done. And I was like, no, you're not. Like, I it takes a lot for me to collaborate my household so that I can be out. So
Well,
we're
yeah.
going to work this out.
Yeah, because what people don't know is that Gwen has a 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, right?
He's a 5-year-old now.
He's
Yep.
Malloy's 5.
Yes.
And how old is London?
And she's almost 7 months
Yeah.
now. Yep.
So Gwen
And
defines
a
busy.
17-year-old.
Yeah, Gwen, and the 15-year-old. So literally Gwen defines busy just in
Yes.
that way. Forget the rest of her career and forget her husband's career, which is insane too. So when you, as a parent, I know this, when you get a night out, it doesn't really matter.
If it
like,
sucks or
no,
if it's great.
it's just you're out. Yeah, it's just
You're
great
going
because
to
you're out.
find whatever it is that you can do to make it fun. So you're going to have a good time. So
Right.
I
Okay. So
determined.
so you guys found seats, I assume.
Yes, we bumped into one of the managers who thought that Price is Right was super cool, and he loves Price is Right because
Well,
I
he's right.
talked to him, and he found us. He actually gave us a row which was reserved for handicapped, and so me being tall, that was fantastic. Like when you're on the plane, and because there was so much space. And they
Yes.
obviously didn't need it, so we used it, and then we were just in. It was actually the best seats of the whole place.
Oh, that's awesome.
Aw.
So
It
yes,
was.
Gwen, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Yeah, so Gwen is
Without
5'10".
my heels.
Yeah, without her heels. So what are you, 6'2" with heels?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
a quick side note on how I met Gwen. I auditioned for The Price is Right to host it. I was one of 5 people who ran through the show and came through the doors when Bob was leaving and before they hired Drew. It's how I met the Price is Right gang. It's how I ended up being the executive producer later. So I come out.
They were like, put him backstage.
Yeah, back behind the camera. That's not funny, Jen Bisgrove. So yeah, you have a face for production. And podcasts. So they have I forget I know it was Gwen and Rachel were there that day that we were taping this fake episode, and I walk out and they have Gwen hand me the mic. Now, I am 5'10" on a great day.
Oh no.
With the right shoes on.
Yeah,
Right?
on like my greatest, straightest day, I am 5'10". So Gwen, literally, there is a move, and actually I've shown it to my friends, and we've slow-moed it, where she dips down, like with her legs, as a Price is Right model does, instead of hunching her back, and literally like goes, "Oh, here you go, little guy."
Little
Like,
Sparky.
and it is
And then
this.
I proceeded to pat him on the head. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
No,
Does
and
he
you-
look up to you?
Yeah, oh no, it's not. No, she's at least 4 inches taller than me. It is hysterical, and literally, it's one of many reasons I'm not the host. But that was the first one because they're like, oh,
Right off the bat.
yeah, they got a little Oompa Loompa to do it. So anyway, so you got good
no.
seats. We gotta wrap it up because we got a ton of stuff we're going through today. But so tell me, is it good? How does it compare to Iron Man 1, 2? What are we looking at?
Amazing.
Really?
Ooh.
Amazing. I mean, it's definitely, I think it might be the best one.
Oh.
Well, that's near
Wow.
impossible.
I mean, no, I do. And
Really?
honestly, Amber has not seen 1 or 2.
Boo.
she's a model. I know. And so she was not excited to stay at all. But she, within like 5 to 6 minutes, was hooked. And
Really?
was like, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm good. Like, it was great. And was interested in every little moment. So
Okay,
that's how
so
great it
I
was.
read the Variety review, which is why I actually thought of calling you to see how it went, because and it was super negative. It was.
Oh,
It's
it
the
was?
third worst one, and I thought the second one kind of stunk. And I'm a huge like the first one changed my
First one's so
life.
amazing.
The second one
Yeah.
was like, oh, they needed to get one out. So I was hoping that the third one, and Favreau even said it when he was making the second one, we weren't ready to do it. It needed a full other year of development, and Marvel said we got to put this out because it makes money. So then I read this review, and it's like it doesn't have the heart. He doesn't interact with Potts as much, and Happy, played by Jon Favreau, is chauffeur and all that kind of stuff. So is there because I get that there's good action. There's always good action. But the best part about Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr., and he's funny and brilliant and fantastic. Is that in there?
It really is. And there's another actor in there, and I wish I knew his name, but he's an English actor. Not
Guy
gonna say
Pearce?
any- No, he's
Ben
not,
Kingsley?
Well, I don't know his name. He's not
I
good
love
looking
Ben
at all.
Kingsley.
Well, which role does he play?
he plays he plays the role of the bad guy in the movie. Like, he's supposed to be the bad guy.
Yeah,
in
Ben
the
Kingsley.
movie.
It's Ben
Oh my
Kingsley.
gosh, biggest old man crush ever.
Yeah.
Love him.
Okay, and
And he was so freaking funny. Like, it's so hilarious. If you were a critic that was really trying to not laugh, you would have laughed, because there's no way you could get through his scene without laughing.
Oh no, I'm
awesome.
excited.
All right, now I'm so excited, and the bummer is I'm out of town when it comes out,
Oh.
and I'm out of town the week after. So I can't. So it's going to go like 2 weeks before I see it. So your recommendation is to go see it.
Definitely.
Does it seem like it leaves Iron Man 4 open?
I don't think so.
That's the last one.
Really?
But in all fairness, I ran out of the movie theater before the very, very end.
Oh.
Yeah, and Marvel's
Because-
famous for that in the credits.
Yeah, I mean, so that would be, that, I'm sorry, I can't really truthfully answer that question, which is
Well-
a good thing, because you need to go find out for yourself.
No, that's good. That's good because they'll definitely do another Avengers. So anything that's in it is just going to tease the Avengers. It wouldn't be anything about Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. is freaking fantastic.
He's so good.
And so, and Gwyneth Paltrow was pretty amazing, too. So
Was she good?
you know,
See, I've struggled with her in this role.
well, I mean, the only thing that I really struggled with at first was her hair color. But
Can I be honest? It genuinely makes her unattractive.
I don't know whether they were trying to do that, but it worked.
Well, no, you know what? All it is, it's a silly thing that when they go to make superhero movies, comic book movies, they go, "Oh, well, Pepper Potts is a redhead, is a redhead in the comics." And by the way, no one ever read the Iron Man comics.
No.
I mean, it was not. I shouldn't say that, but it wasn't a huge comic for Marvel compared to the other ones. And yeah, Pepper Potts had red hair, so they made Gwyneth Paltrow have red hair, and it's not good.
Yeah, but they made her like a really bad redhead. It's not like a good, sexy redhead.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Didn't
she's
they
not
do the
supposed
same
to
in
be.
Spider-Man? Didn't she ever?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, but that was a prettier red hair.
Yes, they did a much better job
But
there.
Pepper's not supposed to be pretty. He falls in love with her not because she's pretty, but because she's so smart.
Got
And
it.
isn't that why
but
we should all
doesn't
fall in
mean
love?
You have to not
Is.
know how to get her hair done. You know what I mean?
But come on,
This is
you
Gwen
didn't
the
fall in
model.
love with Kenny because he's pretty. You fell in love with him because he could shoot a jumper. I mean, because he's smart.
Okay. We'll just leave it at whatever you said.
Well, Kenny's
I
pretty.
didn't fall in love with Kenny because of anything to do with basketball at all, because I had no idea what the Jet meant, and it was one of my very first questions because everybody kept saying hi to him as the Jet. And I was
Well,
like,
because
what is this?
Gwen is married to Kenny the Jet Smith, who played for the Houston Rockets. Has one of the coolest winning shots in a playoff game, 3-pointer that they were just showing on TNT the other day. And his
let's not forget Emmy award-winning show Inside the NBA.
Yes, no, it's fantastic. And by the way, he's brilliant on it. And the fact that he hasn't been picked up to be a head coach, or maybe he has and he's passed on it, is ridiculous because he's smarter than 99% of NBA head coaches. And
It
I'm not
will
just saying that.
happen one day.
Does he want that?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you listen to his insight, and listen, Shaq's great, and Charles Barkley's great, but like when Kenny gives an analysis, it's an actual breakdown of the game that is
Intellectual.
well above what the normal guy who's watching it's seeing, and he really can break down offense, defense, movement. Anyway, so he's fantastic, and he's a great guy.
So
by
what
the
is
way.
the
Well,
Jet
thank you very
for?
much.
So the Jet is just because he's fast, right?
Yes, it's because he was it was a sprinter basically
Yeah.
across the court.
Yeah, he
Cool.
just blew by people.
Got it.
Gwen, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We've taken enough of your time. I'm glad that you loved it. I was so nervous to call you because if it's bad, I'm going to be inconsolable.
For the rest of the
Yes,
podcast.
but you knew I would tell you the truth. So
I know.
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. All right. Have a great night. Thank you.
Bye, Gwen.
Thank you.
See you Monday.
Bye, Dad. Bye.
All right. So we're going from the premiere of Iron Man 3, which apparently was a big win,
I know.
to one of the biggest winners in the history of The Price is Right. In fact, the third biggest winner in the history of Price is Right daytime, someone who won over $124,000 on the phone right now from
God.
Glendale is Ani. Welcome to the Random Show. How are you?
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
hi.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I
Okay,
still
so-
can't believe this happened to me.
Yes. So let me give everyone the backstory. So I'm the executive producer of The Price is Right, which is a fun job. We had this idea to do a big money week, and Pay the Rent is a game we created a while back that's a $100,000 cash game. It had never been won because it's hard.
It is hard.
Because it's a $100,000 cash game.
Well,
it shouldn't be easy.
but you always think you're going to get through the first couple levels, and then the last one just totally throws you off.
Right.
Which I understand.
But so the worst case you can bail at. So it's a game where you have to put things in price order, and the most expensive thing has to stand alone on the top. But you're guaranteed money along the way. So every time you're right, you make money. So you're guaranteed $1,000 just for showing up. Then you get $5,000. Then you get $10,000. And then the big move on it is: do you risk $10,000, which just about everybody gets to, and go for the $100,000? And we've had 2 people get it right.
Wow.
But bail at the $10,000 level,
God.
which was devastating.
And then there comes Ani.
Yeah, and then comes Ani, who was like an angel for us because we want people to win the game. Like we made this game hard, but we didn't want to make it impossible. The idea was for people to win it.
Right.
So, but you needed someone with a rare combination in this game of they actually know the prices of things, and then they have the gumption to risk $10,000 guaranteed, which is an insane amount of money, and go for $100,000. So it was part of our big money week, and Ani won the money on Wednesday. The show aired on Wednesday, and I got to go to her house. It's an apartment in Glendale, right near where I play golf.
Oh my God.
And so the CBS News was there, and we had a big check. And like I'm there holding the check, and I give it to Ani, and it's this really fun moment. And then the moment that she didn't expect, what happened, Ani?
Oh my God! And then Mike says, "Well, how soon did they say that you're gonna get paid?" I'm like, "It's gonna take about 3 months." He's like, "Well, you know what? I decided to bring the actual check right here." And then he pulls out the check. Oh my God! I couldn't believe it. He brought me the actual check.
Oh my God!
Yes,
I'm gonna cry.
it was the biggest surprise. It was. I did shed many tears.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that
Ani was
couldn't
really
believe it. I was
emotional.
speechless.
Beth is literally crying right now, Ani.
I just don't know what I would do. Like, that's so cool for you.
Yeah, that was so nice. I can't believe you guys did that. That was amazing.
So let me make it even cooler for you, Beth, because sometimes, people win things on big shows and a lot of money, and you go, I don't really like that. It doesn't feel good. So now you're really going to cry. So Ani is the mother of 2 beautiful children.
Yeah.
Her husband was there. The kids were there watching, which was really fun. She's a social worker.
Oh my God, Ani.
Who helps with the elderly.
Oh my God, Ani.
Who helps with the elderly.
I
I'm
know.
dying. Oh.
And so this is like one of those thank you. And for being the greatest person, because she was so appreciative and so excited. When I pulled out the check, she lost it because everything else that was happening that day, she knew. Like the news was there. At one point, there were 3 news vans in the front area, reporters in her house. She had 20 friends there, enough food to feed an army. Like it was amazing.
Oh my God.
And God bless her, she refused to tell anyone because it's against the Price is Right rules. To tell anyone, so she's like, "You guys should
so
come,
hard.
and something good might have happened."
Yeah,
And so
nobody was expecting it.
It was amazing.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now
nobody-
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the money?
You know what I did today? I went to the bank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good first
I
place.
walked in the bank. I went to the bank to deposit my check, so everyone's just looking at it. So like, what is this? What did you do? Where did you get the check from? I'm like, you guys, I was on The Price is Right. Yesterday there. They're like, oh my God. They're so happy. The whole bank was shouting. They're screaming. You guys, you're on The Price is Right. It really happened. It really did happen.
Oh
They're
my
so
God.
happy.
Oh.
So basically, deposited the money. It's going towards the house. Definitely, that's my down payment. I've been struggling to save money for my down payment, and I can't
Because
believe
she's a
it's
social
one
worker
day.
helping people.
Exactly, and I'm helping people. This is basically in return to many thanks that I've done for the community, and I'm very helpful to them. And my clients' children were calling me yesterday after they saw the show. They were calling me, actually. My phone was ringing nonstop. They're saying, we just saw you on The Price is Right. We just saw you there. I guess they're all watching it. They're all home.
Oh
They were so excited. They couldn't believe it.
We were so happy for you. It was so. I've never had the opportunity to go to a viewer's house and watch Price.
Yeah, what was
Yeah.
that like for you?
What
It
an
was-
experience.
It was really weird because I'm sitting there and Ani, you know, my job is to be super critical of the show. So I'm sitting next to her, I'm sitting next to you, and you're like, oh, you know, everybody's screaming. It's an incredibly loud group of friends that she has, and which was
Boisterous.
great. And it was so fun, and it's all women. The guys, including her husband, I was like down the street because there was too much estrogen in the room. So it was
He's
me.
like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. He was like, I'm out.
He was like, "Give me the check."
Yeah, I need the $100,000.
and then I'm out.
And no, it was just this amazing thing because I'm sitting there being critical of it. I edited it. I was the one that screened it and gave the notes on it. And I'm like, I don't like that, you know. And but actually, it was a really well put together show. I was happy with it, but it was really so fun because Ani also watches the show almost every day, so she knows it really well.
Exactly.
She's like the perfect person to win.
No, she's like, it couldn't have been a better first win
Yeah.
of Pay the Rent for us. So
Yeah,
tell everyone your
exactly.
schedule. What's your Price is Right morning? What's your schedule?
Whoever hears that, oh, I won and I won, they're like, oh my God, you're bound to be on the show because I always talk about the Price is Right. I'm always talking about it, how I watch it every day. My morning schedule revolves around Price is Right, basically. Morning, I wake up, take the kids to school, go hit the gym, come home. I have it set DVR for sure. If I have scheduled any clients around 10 o'clock, I have to have it recorded. If not, I make sure I see my clients after 10, after 11 o'clock. Come home. Yeah, my breakfast is with basically Drew Carey every morning.
Oh my God, this was like
While I'm eating my breakfast, I'm watching my show. Yeah, I have to. I don't miss it. I have to watch my show, and then I start my day. Basically, my day starts 11 o'clock. That's when I schedule all my clients for my visits.
It's amazing.
That is
and
amazing.
okay, so
I know, and I always told everyone I'm going to go on the show, and I'm going to be on the show.
but you went once and didn't get on, right? You went
Yeah,
once and
I
couldn't get
went-
in because
I
the
went.
line was too full.
Yeah, I went 3 years ago. It was, I believe, the time that you couldn't get any priority tickets. You couldn't print it out online, so you had to go wait in line. So I went. It was 4 of us. We went. We stood in line from 5 a.m. We were there, but we didn't make the line because we were like 380, and I guess only 350 would go in. We
Yep.
didn't make the cut, so
Yep,
we had to
that's
come
right.
back home.
God.
Yeah,
that's
so I had to
mean.
come back home, but I was very motivated. I've told everyone, okay, I'm going back.
I'm glad you
gonna
didn't
go
get
back.
in then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh
So-
my God, exactly.
And here's the thing that Beth doesn't know: she wins $100,000.
Okay.
She's the third one to spin the wheel because it's in order of how much money you've won. So
Right.
not shockingly, she won the most in that half of the show.
Right.
She goes third, and what did you spin?
I had to beat 80, and then I got 85.
So she spins an 85. So somebody
Okay.
spins a 75, an 80. Ani spins an 85.
my
Like
God.
greatest Price is Right
Oh
day
my
ever.
God. So
Gets-
you went to showcase.
Yeah.
Goes to the showcase.
Yep.
And the first showcase goes to her because again it's based on how much you win. 'Cause-
Oh my
so
God.
that person gets to decide.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, again, she still won the most because she's at a little over $100,000. The showcase is a spa trip to Sedona, Arizona,
Cool.
and a Honda Civic.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of car
Yeah.
does your husband drive?
My husband has a Honda Civic. So I knew the price. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, he drives a Honda Civic. 4-door.
Honey.
This one was a 2-door, but still I was estimating. I'm like, okay, I have to get this one right. I estimated around $18,000 for the car. The trip, I said, okay, the trip was 2, and it included the 2 spa treatments. So, okay, I estimated another $4,000. I'm like, okay, let me throw in another $120. So I bid $22,120.
And why did you throw in the 120?
Because I was trying to get closer. I know, like, if I'm $250 difference, I could win double the showcase.
Right.
Oh my God, it
So
really
I said,
pays
let
to
me throw in
study.
a few hundred. I said, let me throw in a few $100s. You never know. I might be close. And sure enough.
Ani, how are you able to make all of these rational decisions?
okay, yeah, we're going to get to the rational decision parts because the part in Pay the Rent where it gets insane.
Yeah, like
is
how
okay.
was she able to get
But
through
wait,
that?
so she bids 22,000, what is it? 22,000.
120 I bid.
And so you were off. So she wins the showcase because the poor guy next to her, I mean, he was a good Price is Right contestant and everything.
It's intimidating that
but
there.
but Ani she wasn't confident she was going to win, and she's just trying to get within $250 to win both showcases. Like,
I was
so
waiting for
this poor
both.
guy, this poor son of a bitch had no chance. And Ani knew she was going to win it, and you got within how much of a double?
400. I think 468 was the difference.
Wow.
468. We thought she doubled
Wow.
it. There was like a fraction of a second because I'm special when it comes to
Yeah.
math. I thought she got double, and I was like, "Oh, greatest Price is Right day ever."
Imagine I
Yeah.
got double. Oh wow.
I would have lost my mind. I would have been so excited. So, but anyway, she wins her showcase, wins the Honda Civic. She's going to send us. She hasn't gotten it yet, but when she gets it, she's going to send us pictures. Okay, doubling back. I've watched this tape now many, many times. I was there. I edited it. Seen the clip a bunch of times on the news. And what is unreal is, Ani, had you ever seen Pay the Rent before?
No, I hadn't.
Yeah, I knew you hadn't because we don't
hadn't.
play it very often. We
I
probably only
hadn't.
played it between 8, 12 times. So
Okay.
it hasn't been on. It's really easy to miss. You know, we do 190 episodes, so it's easy to miss Pay the Rent. It's
Yeah.
kind of a special thing because we're open to a $100,000 win.
Yeah.
And so I had a feeling watching it you hadn't seen it. So I'm watching
No, I
you
hadn't.
listen to Drew, and you don't hear a word he's saying.
And those rules, I mean, you've got to
I
listen to
hear
the rules on
him.
that
I
one.
hear him. I'm just not understanding him at that second.
There's nothing. She's like looking around,
Oh,
like
my
she's looking at her
Lord.
friends. There's nothing. And I'm
Yeah,
going,
nothing.
and I'm watching that day, and I'm like, oh no! I want you to do well. Please don't not.
You're like, oh no, she's gonna lose.
yeah. If you pay, because you have on any of our games, you've got to pay attention. So she's not like no one's home when he's explaining, and he literally goes, so you got it, and she goes like not looking at him, goes, yeah. And I go, oh no, this is a mess. So then Ani takes over the show and decides that she's going to walk over to the counter, not have the model do it, which is a disaster for us shot-wise because we've got 5 cameras and we're shooting her back and I'm screaming and yelling to try to get a camera in the spot.
Ani doesn't care.
Ani, hey, by the way, guess who wouldn't
I'm
care?
like,
Mike Richards wouldn't
Ani.
care. If there's $100,000 on the line, I wouldn't care where the camera
You
was.
wouldn't care.
Nope.
No.
So she's in and she's like moving stuff around and we're freaking out, trying to figure it out, stacks it up. But the moment that was amazing, so she gets it, puts it all in the house. Go to pricesright.com. We'll have a clip of this up, and we'll also have it on the YouTube channel where this podcast will also air. But you can check out the clip of it. We have a bunch of packages, the package of us at the house, me handing her the check. It's all there.
Wow.
But so she gets to the last level, and walk me through it, Ani, because I forget the numbers. So it's Duracell batteries on the top.
yeah, Duracell is on the top. So basically, the Duracell had to be more than $8.58.
Okay, so now so to set the scene, there's cameras everywhere. That studio could not be more intimidating. Drew Carey's the nicest guy in the world, but he's a huge celebrity, also intimidating.
And the audience.
300 people screaming. The volume level
It's
in that
insane.
place is disorienting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we talked about me hosting auditioning for it. I did not know where I was until after the first one bid was done because it is so loud. Your brain just goes, no one's home. I'm going to leave right now. It's too loud.
Well, and it's like, it's so colorful. There's so many people. Like, you can get lost.
Yeah, but there's
like, so
cameras and everything.
easily.
All the stuff
Yeah.
you don't see that's moving. There's, 15 people on stage. It's insane. So then Ani, so she has $10,000. And Drew says, do you want to make a $90,000 bet that Duracell batteries are more than $10? And she goes,
yeah.
yeah, she does. So she goes, how many batteries?
I said, Drew, what's in the pack? How many's in the pack?
Oh.
And I'm like, what?
Smart.
So like she clues, like totally locks in. And how many batteries was it?
8.
Yeah, it was 8 batteries.
That's a
So the
lot
pack
of
And she
batteries.
does, and literally her sister's in the audience waving her off.
No.
I made fun of your sister yesterday when we were at the house.
Yeah.
Waving her off. No, don't go. She decides to go for it. And coolest thing I've ever seen.
So
Yeah.
when she decided to go
I'm
for it,
like, I'm
you
going.
knew she was going to win. Were you just like,
No, I'm up out. I'm
Were you
pretty
freaking out?
animated.
Yeah.
When we're doing the show, I don't just sit there.
jumping around?
Yeah, I'm jumping around. I'm yelling, not in a mean way, but like get this shot, get that shot. I want to make sure. And what I was doing, I was like, everyone stay calm. and do not reveal the amount. Don't reveal whether she's
Mm-hmm.
right or wrong until I tell you, because I didn't want to jump it. I wanted a moment of tension.
Yeah, make
And
it.
if you notice,
Wow.
we push into Ani, and then bam, it goes. Which is pretty much all I could take because I wanted to give the money away and I was afraid something was going to go wrong. But there's this moment of tension, and then we reveal it, and then Ani says she doesn't remember anything after that.
Did everyone just go insane? Like the
And I
crew,
just
the
remember holding
audience.
my
Everybody.
head.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Confetti,
Yeah, it
money's
was- wow.
money's drop. I mean, it's literally. Can I be honest? I don't remember what happened after that, other than I've now seen it. But I'm like, it was the greatest.
I'm like beside myself. That's insane.
She had so much focus and determination to win that game, and guts. Like, it's crazy.
Well, it sounds like you were so deserving of it, Ani.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so great.
Oh,
You
so
are.
thank you
amazing.
so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I can't think of a better person to have won. Thank you for letting us into your
Oh.
home. And
Oh
the
my
one
God,
deal I made
anytime.
with
Thank
you
you.
is you got to send us a picture of the car when you get it,
Definitely.
because that's what she's going to drive to go to her clients and stuff like that to help
Oh,
make the
yeah.
world a better place.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we're in television.
We need
Wah,
to
wah.
do some self-evaluation
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Beth, what are
My
you doing?
vacation.
Beth, what are you
Mike,
doing?
you're
with your life?
forgetting the notebook, the laptop I won.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. She
Oh,
won a
great.
laptop too.
Just add that in there.
And then you got to show what I want to do is we're going to do, I don't know, we'll come do a podcast, we'll come do something, but when you move into your house, we want to be there.
Yes.
Oh my
Deal?
god.
Give it a
that
few
is
months.
so cool.
Give it a few months, and I'm gonna call you. Yes, definitely.
I gave
Oh,
her my
yeah.
card. She's going to call me. She's going to email me. She's going to tell me when you guys move in and you're settled and you're ready to have
Mm-hmm.
people over, we're coming over and we're bringing the food and we're going to celebrate because it was the
You
coolest thing
got
I've ever
it.
been a part
You,
of.
you
sounds
got it. You're
great.
my first guest.
Right on.
Oh.
Ani, you're the best. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Wow.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So now moving on from the upbeat story
Oh my god, amazing.
of all time.
I feel bad about myself.
Because Ani is making the world a better place.
Yeah.
But here's how you can feel good about yourself.
Okay.
In working so hard to make Prices Right and Let's Make a Deal a success when you were working here,
Uh-huh.
you were able to affect change, help keep Prices Right strong, so that we could create a game called Pay the Rent, so that we could give Ani, who's an amazing person, $100,000.
Okay, that makes me feel teensy better. I do
Not
remember
really.
being in meetings for Pay the Rent. I have
There you
video.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
someone won it who was deserving, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know who's also fantastic?
Say who?
Say hey. Noah Bonnet's on. How are you, sir?
Hey now, hello, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, hello. He's got.
I like that little.
This guy comes with his own sound effects. So
you
Noah
go.
is a fellow executive producer. He's done a lot of TV, working on the new BAM show. What's it called? My Badass Game Show?
Bam's Badass Game Show. And let me tell you, we've had many meetings whether badass is one word or two. It's two.
And-
We're going to go with two.
And so what is it? What was the final determination?
Basically, it's two words. We're going to go with badass, 2 words. Don't
Because
forget it.
the way I say it, badass. That's one.
Oh, jeez.
Badass.
Badass.
We
So
can- we
you're
can
working
both-
on that,
we-
and
yeah.
but you're also wrapping up Bet on Your Baby on ABC.
That's right. I'm just wrapping up 8 one-hour episodes of Bet on Your Baby for ABC, and we've aired 3 of those episodes so far, and it was a lot of fun. You have kids?
I do have kids, and see, I love it as a concept. Beth is very concerned because she hasn't seen it. I've seen it. And she
I
feels like
am.
she's concerned because she feels like we're exploiting children. But I think if you quickly explain the theory behind it, her fears will be allayed. So describe the show real quickly.
You know what? The title is really provocative, but the concept isn't. Basically, parents come on the show in an effort to win money for their kids' college education, kids between 2 and 3, by trying to predict what they're going to do next. And the kids, the entire time, they're just playing. They're just playing inside our giant playpen known as the Baby Dome. And the parents are just trying to predict what they're going to do next. They can't do any wrong. It's the parents who are the ones that can mess it up. So no exploitation, nothing like that. It's just a lot of fun, smiling kids on ABC on Saturday nights.
Wait a second. So what's the playpen called for the babies?
The Baby Dome.
I thought you said baby dump. Like just dump the baby here.
Yeah.
Oscar
Baby.
the Grouch is there. It's great. So, and you know what I'm excited about is that it's a show on Saturday night. It's an original show that airs on Saturday night, which is fantastic because basically
Saturday night at 8.
Yeah, basically Saturday nights become a wasteland for repeats. And it used to be a powerful programming night for families. So I think ABC
and it is all over the world. Word
Yeah.
is all over the world. You know, you go to any other country, and Saturday night's the big night where families stay home and watch TV. So, ABC is planting a flag. Try to make something of the show. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of smiles. We give away hundreds of thousands of dollars to families for their kids' college education, and all that money is socked away, saved away for the future. It's not like they can use it and buy a jet ski.
It's actually a really good, wholesome, upbeat show. And Melissa Peterman is the host, who is
She's
one
great.
of my favorite celebrities of all time. Honestly.
And a huge fan of game.
Yeah.
Fan of game, hosts game, plays game. I did Pyramid with Donny Osmond, 10 years ago, and she was our go-to, last-minute celebrity has fallen out. We call Melissa. She's there in 10 minutes, and she did a great performance.
She was on Pyramid when I hosted as well.
Okay,
and she
good.
was so effing funny. And you see me get out of her way. Like,
Step aside.
Totally.
there were other celebrities where, listen, I put them on my back, and you go, okay, we're going to make you interesting now. Melissa Peterman, you walk out and you go, Melissa Peterman, and you step back and you watch the magic. So I'm so excited to see that you guys had her do it. And describe the process, because I know the ratings have been kind of in the middle to not great, but from what I've also heard, they're exactly where ABC wanted them, and everybody's happy with where it is.
Yeah, absolutely. The people that tuned in on the first night discovered us. The second week, it seemed like they all came back and then some. I think we're up 27% in the. Don't quote me there, but in the second week,
I'm quoting you.
And
Don't
like
worry,
something
no one
like
will hear
Shark,
this.
just like Shark Tank, I think they're getting a lot of word of mouth buzz in these early weeks. So fingers crossed it grows.
Yeah, that's great. And when will you know, or is there any time when you'll know when it's picked up?
I would imagine after the third or fourth episode, TBD. We shall see.
All right, so
but yeah.
So it's Saturday night.
I'll give you the exclusive. Mike. How about that?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Ooh,
For the
a
Random
tip.
Show podcast, that would be amazing. So
There you
along with
go.
Noah Bonnet,
Industry tip.
one of the executive producers of Bet on Your Baby, about to go into production on BAM's Badass Game Show. Very prolific young man. And also, are
There
you
you go.
single? Still
I am single. Yeah. And
And
I
also-
met
just,
Noah once, and I thought he was a really good dresser.
Oh, very nice. There you go. Listen, Mike, you can do my casting if you will. How about that?
We actually ended up once. I had drinks with Noah
Okay.
and Eric, who heads up development for me. We walked over to what's that place called? The
Whisper?
what is it? The Mixology.
That place is the Grove.
And I get a text from Eric like, "Oh, we're in the back." And it was a dating website. What was it? Was it Match.com?
Oh, we happened to be there the same night as a Match.com mixer, and we were
Yeah.
just there for
Yeah,
business
you did.
drink. Totally random.
Yeah, so we're
Was
at
it?
no, it was
Really?
hysterical. So I walk in, and I sit down. I was like, "This is a weird crowd," and there's a bunch of like girls clearly circling
Hovering.
us, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like I don't know what's happening. Finally, Eric, who can't take it anymore, goes, "Well, this is a Match.com event, and we're not supposed to really be in here, but there's nowhere else for us to go, so we're gonna stay here."
Yeah.
And we
It
talked a little
started as a
business.
Match.com event. I think it turned into a focus group. By the time we were done, just
Well,
was
yeah.
asking a lot of questions.
Well, because Noah's single, and so every girl's coming up and talking to the three of us. We're all close to the same age, and I'm like, I'm married, I'm out. And Eric's like, living with my girlfriend, gonna get engaged. She's now engaged, I'm out. So that leaves Noah, who we're just egging on to talk to any girl and what was amazing was how bold every girl was.
Well, I mean,
Right.
they probably weren't nervous because they were like thinking that you guys were there for the same thing.
Yeah, we're all there
Yeah.
and weren't we? I mean, to be honest, Noah.
Meanwhile,
was
we're in
there
the
for
corner
same-
huddled talking about reveals and dings and sound
Yeah,
effects.
you know what's fun about games is that we're not nerds. So, and what you don't know is that the girl that was hitting on you for a good 45 minutes actually ended up calling the office, and I got her on tickets to the show, to
Did
Price is
you?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
how fantastic!
Oh,
That's
she got
nice.
something out of it.
She didn't get Noah,
Oh.
There you go.
I tell you, there was no chance she was going to get Noah.
Oh.
I don't know which one's the consolation prize and which one's the the big one. But,
Oh, that's awesome. So, and then one last thing, because I think one of the biggest
Sure.
stories that's broken in the last couple days in TV is million-second quiz. You're not working on that one, but David Hurwitz, who is the executive producer of The BAM Show, is one of the executive producers on that show. So this is going to be a big NBC tentpole. We're actually going to talk to Alex Davis, the editor of Buzzer Blog, right after this. But what's your take on this show? I mean, this is kind of a big stunt for NBC.
yeah, listen, I don't know much more than what I've read, but it's certainly big and ambitious, which is great. You know, if anybody, any company, pushes the boundaries and succeeds, it's only good. I think for all of us, for the genre, to try something new. The idea of there's this there's this holy grail of the full user interactivity. So hey, if they can crack it, good for them.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, like you said, we were talking right before we went on. If this succeeds, it's good for all of the game show producers. Noah Bonnet's one of the best, a great guy. Make sure you check out Bet on Your Baby. Make sure you check out. It's this weekend. It's 8:00 on ABC. And what do you have? 6 more shows?
Yeah, 6 more shows. And just for the record, I'm the co-EP, not the EP. There are a lot of chiefs above me, but it was a great experience. And just the babies are really
what that
cute.
means, when you're a co-EP, what that means is you're the guy doing all the work.
There you go. And you said it, not me. No, we had a set of quadruplets on this past week, and they were just so adorable. And they won. They won big. So
That's awesome. All right, so we'll check it out. 8:00 on ABC. We'll look forward to the BAM show and everything else you do. Thank you so much for being on.
You got it. Good luck with everything, guys. Take care.
All right, so we were just talking to Noah Bonnet about Bet on Your Baby, and
I feel better about that show.
Good, yeah. You don't
now.
feel like it's as exploitive.
Like, well, I mean, college education, that's important. I'm
It
okay
is.
with it.
Well, that's a whole other podcast, whether paying for college education is a worthwhile investment anymore. But that's for another day, Beth.
Another time.
And then we were talking a little bit about Million Second Quiz, and we now have Alex Davis, the editor of Buzzer Blog, on with us, who has a definite opinion, based on all the tweets I've been reading from him, about Million Second Quiz. Alex, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Enthusiasm.
Well, it's late, but not as late as it is for you. Thank you for staying up late.
No, it's very late over here right now.
I know,
not
so I
very late.
appreciate
it's like 11:30, whatever. No,
yeah.
Cool.
So we'll go quick. So we were just talking about Million Second Quiz. Can you break down what the show is based on the information that's out there? And there's not a ton.
Yeah, well, I have a lot more information than other people do. But it's really just there's 12 people, I think, at last count, living inside an hourglass-type structure in Manhattan, and they're going to be playing a quiz for 12 straight days, a million seconds. And they can't leave. They have to keep playing nonstop inside there. And by the end of it, someone could win up to $10 million is what they're advertising. Up to. They could possibly win up to that.
Well, that would be amazing, $10 million. Is that the biggest purse offering ever?
No, not even close.
Not the Pepsi Challenge.
I had a mini not a tirade. That's a strong word for it. But they use everyone does in their press releases is flowery language. But ABC offered $10 million on Millionaire for like a year or so. CBS had Power of 10 for $10 million. I mean, GSN offered $10 million on the show once. I mean, it was
$10 million and the network.
It's more than they have for anything right now, I think.
But they should pick up Pyramid. Am I right, Alex? Am I right? They should pick up Pyramid.
I love it. I was a fan. Very vocally.
Hey, they're back.
You have a fan.
They're back promoting it.
Oh,
they're back promoting
really?
it, and they're back running it.
Oh.
I don't get the network, so I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you know how I know? My kids don't watch any of the shows that I do or the Pyramid, but they love Minute to Win It reruns.
Oh,
God.
And so they never missed that. And a promo for Pyramid came on, and I said, so my 3-year-old's telling me, I saw you. I was watching Minute to Win It. Good luck today. And you came on. And I was like, oh, was that cool to see your dad? And he was like, no. I was like, okay, cool.
Nice.
Okay, so they're offering $10 million. They're in a glass house, but there's a big interactive element to it where people can play along at home and actually win their way into this location in New York, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately, that part is not known. My issue with this about how that's going to work. My thing with the show has been I don't know how I've gotten information about the show. I frankly don't know who's been giving me the information, but I've been following this thing since it's been like a germ of an idea about a year ago. I've been like kept up to date, and it seems like that they've had this concept of keeping people inside the structure and quizzing them, and the format has drastically changed, but like the actual content of the show. It's completely different right now. I think it's probably going to change again. So literally, it could be anything at this point. All that's known is they're going to shove people in an hour class, and they have to answer questions for 24 hours a day for 12 days. So
and it'll be live. So it'll be a 12 consecutive day stunt on NBC in August.
September is what I was told.
September? Okay.
They're not publicly saying yet, but it's going to be September. Yeah, they're gonna, which is weird to have a quiz show launch in the fall. I can't remember the last time that happened.
Well, it's interesting though. It's a quiz show, but I think it's a quiz reality, but it's a stunt, so it ends. It's not like they can. It's repeatable, but they have to do it in a consecutive way again, right?
Yeah, and that's been one of the thoughts I've had, because this could work very well. At the same time, I'm at this point in believing that it does not matter how good something is on NBC, it's just going to fail by nature of it being on NBC. So I think it will stay on the air for a while, but if the ratings get like beyond terrible, who knows how a quiz show will work in this country like this.
Well,
but if it doesn't do well, then they're screwed, and they're stuck with that thing for a while.
Yeah,
so.
well, they're stuck with a bunch of people living in an hourglass for 12 days. I mean, they have to basically. I think they've committed to the 12 days because there's no way to get out of it at that point. And
nope, so they're blocked.
It's really interesting, and they just canceled Ready for Love after 2 episodes, and I had heard that thing was double its budget when they launched it, and they promoted it a ton.
Yeah,
they did everything they could. We never watched it, but they are struggling right now, except for The Voice, which is #1.
Yeah, and that's like the only thing they can manage to do. And I hate. It's nothing against them. I watch NBC shows, but I truly, at this point, except for The Voice, which is a freak accident that worked out, I truly believe it does not matter how good the show is. If it's on NBC, just because of its perception at this point, it's going to bomb.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and I think you're right. I think it's really tough to market a quiz show in America right now because we've all been told for years now, game show producers, and we're on with Alex Davis, editor of Buzzer Blog, which is a really great website and a great follow on Twitter, especially if you're into games and game shows, because he's an expert and he gets all of this information, and none of us have any idea how. But he gets it.
And I make people angry all the time.
I said this before when he was on the show. You either love him or you hate him because he knows stuff, and you're like, I just fought that last night. How does he know that?
Well, he's very clear opinions.
Yeah, and he's very, but he has really good sources. He has really good sources too.
Like I was told flat out that NBC did not want to announce this show this week, but I was told about it, and I was told clearly that I'm not going to get in trouble if I announce it. So I said, whatever, fine. So
did you break it? Were you the first one to break this?
Yeah, I broke it on February. What's this month? April 19th.
Yeah. No, I knew. I started. You never know whether it's an exclusive or whether you're the first one out. So again, follow Alex. Yeah. He's the editor of Buzzer Blog. It's a fantastic website, especially when they're positive about Price is Right, Let's Make a Deal in the Pyramid. That's when we like it. He made one not negative, but good and sarcastic, which I enjoy, comment about why is everybody so excited about Price is Right's Big Money Week? They're offering all this stuff.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you did. You tweeted it, and you're like,
That's why you're really on this show right now.
I don't understand what all the hype's about. But then he was really excited that someone finally won the $100,000 on Pay the Rent.
I'm trying to even remember me saying that.
Yep. Oh, I read
Mike remembers.
It's stunning. No, I thought it was great, and I almost retweeted it.
Oh, did you?
And I wanted to be like, stand by, but no.
Well, I feel I have one douchey quote a day limit. I have to have one in there. That's the reputation.
Well, that's what makes
after that.
Yeah, that's what makes people interesting to follow. If you're just like, gosh, everything's great, I don't care, it's fantastic, and that's not interesting. So we're looking forward to Million Second Quiz. You're going to start a campaign to launch the pyramid. I think it's fantastic. Alex, thank you so much for staying up late and giving us the lowdown on this. And we'll have you back on. We'll keep following it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks, Alex.
Bye.
Thanks.
So
Bye.
that concludes the show, Beth. It's
Yeah,
been
that was
a fantastic random show.
Totally.
Alex Davis, editor, Buzzer Blog, guy who ripped on Price is Right a little bit, but then redeemed himself with some nice tweets.
Right.
You got to be careful, man. You tweet mean things, people hear it. Mike Richards hears
Well,
it.
he's watching like everything that you're doing.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what's great? I don't think he has a source here anymore, or maybe he does and he doesn't care enough to exploit it. But he used to really break things, and it drove people crazy. So I don't know, but he's great and really knows game. And he gets really excited about things, and then he's relentlessly horrible to things that he doesn't like, which I also enjoy. So Alex Davis on the show, Noah Bonnet, great executive producer, great guy, and as Beth said, one heck of a dresser.
Oh my gosh.
One heck of a dresser. So
snazzy.
So I think if I can do a recap
Yeah.
and end the show.
Yep.
You've got Assistance Day of America International, bad.
That is not all.
Iron Man
That's on the
3,
day.
good. Betting on your children, good as long as they're not in danger.
Yeah.
As long as they're not in the baby dump.
Yeah, as long as they're going to be like child
Hey everybody,
actors
if we can
messed up.
if we can have a public service announcement, don't dump your babies in the dumpster.
Put 'em in the
You know what my favorite is? I love the bumper sticker that says on the cop cars, it says don't dump your babies.
No,
Have you ever seen it? Yes. Don't dump your
No,
babies. Yes.
stop.
Look it up online. There's a bumper, and I always laugh when I walk by those because it's like I just see this guy like with a baby in his arm, like about to dump the baby, and be like, wait a minute, it says don't dump your baby. You know what? I'm not gonna. Come on, little Sparky, and to bring home. So
that bumper sticker totally inspired me not to dump.
yeah, I am so not dumping. Yeah. So not dumping your baby, good. 1,000,000-second quiz, risky. I think very risky, but I'm very excited about it because
I'm still a little confused about what the quiz is.
Well, I don't think anyone knows.
Okay,
and to Alex's point, I don't think the producers know yet. I mean, I think they're still working on it, and they're gonna. It's gonna be live, so we're gonna be hearing about this for months, and it's gonna be a big, expensive stunt in New York. So it's gonna be very risky, but I'm very excited about it because if it can bring quiz back, that's good for us game show producers. And the best moment of the week. Giving Ani, the most deserving social worker for the elderly, mother of 2 living in an apartment in Glendale. I got to hand her a $100,000 check, and it was amazing because sometimes when you work in TV, you get to do a little good, Beth.
Oh my gosh, that like changed my outlook.
Thanks for listening to The Random Show. We'll see you next time. Bye.